What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Dragonflight gold making video. So today we have probably what's going to be the best and easiest way to start making some gold in Dragonflight, and it's the easiest way to utilize Dragonflight professions to get pretty much a guaranteed profit right now. Now it's not something you can do endlessly, and it's not going to make you a millionaire overnight, but you will be able to get some semi-passive gold pretty much on a daily basis in Dragonflight, and personally it's one of my favorite gold making methods right now. In the expansion, like even after the profits of almost everything has been going down, this one has been staying pretty profitable, even though it was a lot more profitable back in December, and we actually had this gold making method in my Dragonflight gold guide as well already, like all the way back in December. So we've had this one in the Dragonflight gold guide for over a month, and I'll talk more about that in this video. And I also want to say that there will be a kind of a secret somewhere in this video, so you just want to watch the entire thing and stay alert, as I'll be talking about one of the things that I've been noticing that is going to improve this gold making method quite a bit. Before that though, I do want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's picked up my Dragonflight gold guide so far, and honestly the support and feedback on this has been insane, and I can't thank you guys enough. I am just so happy that we have a community where we can make even more gold in Dragonflight, and we can talk more about profit from professions, sharing our thoughts and experiences, and we also have like the gold guide itself, which is a 170 pages long PDF document for gold making, and inside the private Discord community that you get access to when you buy the guide, you also get early access to videos, exclusive videos, and also exclusive gold making info. Right now, because patch 10.0.5 is coming out, we also have a document for white and grey items that I'm personally stocking up on for the patch, and that will probably sell for a lot of gold. One of those items is farmable in like 15 minutes, and it's selling for 300,000 gold right now on European servers, so there's a lot of gold to be made by those white items, and I have a document of all of the most profitable and highest selling ones available in that gold guide, so feel free to check it out. Check out the gold guide, join the Discord server that you get a link to when you buy it, and that's pretty much it. The link will be down below, and you can even use the code Solheim to get it for half price. That being said, let's take a look at Dragonflight professions and how to start making some very easy gold right now. This will be based on transmuting and cooldown crafting, so once again, like I said at the beginning, it's not something you can do endlessly, and it's not gonna make you a millionaire overnight, but I want to show you guys how simple this is to set up. And I've been doing this, I have 9 characters set up with this spec, and it takes me less than 3 hours to start setting up to set up one character with both professions, so 2 professions. It takes me less than 3 hours to start making profit, and then you can keep doing the weekly quest every single week to improve that profit as well, that I'll be showing you in this video, so let's go. So let's do this on a profession basis, so let's talk about one of them first, and it's based on transmuting and cooldown crafting. So we have Alchemy and Tailoring. Let's start with Alchemy, it's the simplest one, so here we go, transmuting. Transmuting can make you a lot of gold, and you can see Awakened Air and Awakened Earth are usually the most profitable ones. Awakened Fire you're losing gold on, even though even this one was somewhat profitable back in the day, when everything was basically standardized, and you can make a lot of gold from multi-crafting. Awakened Frost as well you're losing gold with, but Awakened Air and Awakened Earth are profitable. I think Awakened Air you just get from your trainer, but Awakened Earth you will have to buy a recipe from on the auction house, which is selling for 50 gold. So you can get access to both of these ones super cheap and super quickly. You want to have some skill in Alchemy and basically just do all of the crafts while skilling up, do some first time crafts, and get yourself to 50 skill. That is super easy. If you don't know how to skill up Alchemy, I would search up a skill up guide on Wowhead, just get to 50 skill, and once you are there you can start doing 2 weekly quests every single week, and you can also start doing some transmutes. Now what you want to have for transmuting is access to Awakened Air and Awakened Earth, as I just said. They are the most profitable ones, and right now Awakened Air is the most profitable one. After that you want to have tools, so you want to just buy the basic ones, and you can buy the rare one as well, like I have here, but that's not something you need to do. But if you're buying the uncommon one, make sure you buy the one with multi-craft, because the main tool can come with a random crafting stat. So if you're buying it on the auction house, make sure to click on the item and specifically look for a tool with multi-craft, because as you can see here, inspiration does nothing for you, crafting speed does nothing for you, resourcefulness does something for you, but multi-craft is by far the most valuable here. So make sure you get the uncommon tool with multi-craft, or get the rare tool and get the missive when you're crafting it to get multi-craft. Long story short, get a tool with multi-craft, and once you have that, just start doing some transmutes, and you can do 10 transmutes as you can see here by having the right spec. Baseline, you will have access to 7 transmutes, but by having the spec that I'm about to show you, you will have 10 transmutes available. So the spec that I'm personally using is this one, and it's basically all you need to have for transmuting. You want to get 20 points spent into transmuting to get even more resourcefulness while you're doing the transmute. So you can see here, plus 5%, plus 5%, plus 15%, and right here you will now learn how to do them more often, so you can do 10 instead of 7, and the cooldown is recharging even faster as well. You also get 1% resourcefulness per point spent right here, so all of your resourcefulness is basically coming from this spec. So you can see right here, when I'm doing transmutes, if I just scroll down to a transmute, you can see that we have 42% resourcefulness, and then you can also combine that with the resourceful routines specialization, which now makes it so your resourcefulness saves even more reagents while you're crafting the goods, so you can just combine it with this one, which also gives you additional resources or resourcefulness while you're crafting. And these two are basically all you want to have when it comes to transmuting. So you can see I have a lot of knowledge points spent like left over that I'm basically just storing for a future point if they become useful in, for example, a future patch. So I'm still doing my weekly quest even though I already have what I need. So baseline, you just want to have 50 knowledge points, or you want to have some points spent here as well to learn some sub-specializations. So you want to have around 60 to 70 knowledge points to spend, which you can get by, for example, doing all your first time craft bonuses, do your weekly quest while you're doing it right now, and also go out and hunt some treasures, locate the hidden trainer, and do the basic stuff while you're setting up Alchemy. So Alchemy is the easiest one to set up, and now you're ready to go. So let's talk about Tailoring. Tailoring is also pretty easy in theory, but requires a bunch more knowledge points, but there's also way more treasures available for Tailoring, and if you're doing this right now, you can start making either a Azure Weave or Chrono Cloth in less than 2 hours by doing the basic setup, which we do have a video about in my gold guide as well, how to do the setup and everything you want to know for setting this one up to be profitable, but I'll be talking briefly about it in this video as well. So first of all, you can see that personally I have 30 craft available for both Chrono Cloth and Azure Weave. If you're starting this right now, you should not expect to get where I am in 1 week. It will take you several weeks, but you can start getting 30 crafts in one of them. You just have to choose which one you want to specialize in. So you can see right now they're pretty neck and neck. I'm making 489 gold profit on Azure Weave and 485 on Chrono Cloth. I can't really tell you what to go for here, because if I tell everyone to start going for Azure Weave, that is going to pump a lot of Azure Weave into the market, and then suddenly Chrono Cloth will be more profitable. I will tell you though that based on my experiences so far, more people are crafting Azure Weaves. If you want to go against the tides, you might want to go for Chrono Cloth first, but yeah, that's basically what you want to know here. So you can see multi-craft has a lot of value, even though personally I have spec'd into Inspiration to get as many tier 3 as possible. It is more worth it if you're starting now to go for multi-craft, because the actual price difference between tier 2 and tier 3 is not that huge. Like when I started this in December, tier 3 was selling for almost 10,000 gold, while tier 2 was selling for 2 or 3k. So Inspiration was worth a lot more back then than it is right now, and personally I don't think it is worth my time, my resources, or my gold to change my tool from Inspiration to multi-craft unless I find someone to recraft it, but crafting a new tool right now for me, I personally just CBA, but if you're starting out, get a tool with multicraft, as long as you get the inspiration, like to the point where you can start proccing tier 3. I think it is more worth it to have like a lower chance to proc tier 3, while having a higher chance to proc multicraft, and Craft Sim thinks the same, so multicraft definitely worth having. And here we can see the stats and the gold, the profits per craft, and you can see what you want to have per craft as well. Now let's talk about the spec you want to have. First of all, you can see the skill, the inspiration. You want to make sure you can craft tier 2, as long as you have 212 skill or 213 skill, which is basically to the point of being able to guarantee tier 2, you are good to go. After that, there is a very specific skill you want to go for, so first of all, spend 10 points into Tailoring Mastery, and then 30 points into Shrewd Stitchery. This is basically an inspiration spec that will make you get a lot more additional skill when you proc inspiration, so by having enough points to guarantee tier 2 and having 30 points spent into Inspiring Ambience, you will now, every time you proc inspiration, you will get a tier 3. So all the skill you need to have here is 212, even though you can see I have 306. All you need to have is 212 or 213 to the point of guaranteeing tier 2, and then using inspiration procs to get tier 3. After that, like this is like you need to have this. You spend 10 points here, then 30 points here. That is 40 points spent right out of the bat. Now go into Draconic Needlework and choose one of the two paths. So first of all, you can see that I've spent 10 points too many into Ashreeve Tailoring. You don't need to have these 2 points here, even though they do give you 10 resourcefulness and 10 inspiration. So they do give you, like, there's a reason to grab this, but basically all you need to have is 30 or some points here, so you can spend, for example, I think it's 15 points, so you just learn this one. You don't even need to put points here, you just learn this one, so 0 points, 15 and 20. 0, 15, 20. After that, you now just want to spend enough points into Draconic Needlework to the point where you reach tier 2 guaranteed while crafting. So 0, 15, 20 in whatever path you choose, and getting 20 here is the key to being able to make 30 cloth. By getting the first one, you will have 20 crafts available. By maxing it out, you will have 30 crafts available, so you don't even need to have 20 points spent here. You can choose to spend them up here if you need the skill to get to tier 2. After you have spent either, if you choose one or if you choose both, after you've done this part right here, you can now go into textiles, and you want to spend 5 points into textiles to unlock a sub-spec, and then go down into weaving. This one will give you a lot of profit when you're crafting. Like, if you just do what we talked about so far, you're going to make about 300 gold profit per craft. Now, this talent right here will, like, by itself give you 160 gold profit. So you get plus 20 multicraft right here, and you get 10 inspiration, plus 20 multicraft, plus 10 inspiration, and plus 40 multicraft when you're weaving cloth into bolts. And as you can see right here, these two are bolts, and right here you can see the value of inspiration and the value of multicraft. So this one right here is massive. You want to have this one as soon as possible, but before you get this one, you do want to get to the point of guaranteeing tier 2. So just to do a quick recap here, get 10 points here, 30 points here, choose one of the paths or go for both. Then you go into weaving, and if you want to eke out the final bits of profit, like I have on this character, like when you have, let's say you watch this video and you do 3-4 weeks of weekly quest, or you do some Darkmoon Fair, or you just get very lucky on Dragon Shards of Knowledge, you can now spend your leftover points into Sparing Sewing right here for resourcefulness, even though you can see when I'm crafting, resourcefulness only adds 13 silver of value to the actual crafting here, so you can see it's not really that massive, but it is a little bit of extra profit based on the fact that you're getting 1 resourcefulness per point spent, and you also get some extra bits and pieces throughout this bonus wheel as well. And so far, this is a 14-minute video, but I've tried to be really in-depth when it comes to showing you the actual profit, where the profits comes from, how to set it up, which tools to have, and also which professional specialization to have. And now for the piece of information that I think makes this an entire thing valuable, because when you're doing a transmute or when you're crafting the cloth by itself, you will see it has a 16-hour cooldown. So this one gives you 760 gold every 16 hours, while tailoring, these two are on a separate cooldown, so they give you basically 1000 gold per character every 16 hours, so that is once per day. But I've been doing this for a month now, and this is what I've noticed, and we have been talking about this in depth in my Gold Guides private Discord server as well. Every 48 hours, like if you don't play your character, leave it alone for 48 to 50, I think it's 48 to 60 hours, like in that time span, all your cooldowns will somehow reset. So if you think about it this way, if you don't play your character at all and you log back in when you're supposed to have 4 out of 30 or 5 out of 30, all of a sudden all 30 crafts will be available. So instead of waiting 30 days to get all these 30 crafts available, they somehow reset. For me it's about every 48 to 60 hours, all my crafts reset, and that is both for tailoring and for Alchemy, and that is not right. You don't have to do anything to trigger this, you just have to not play your character. I have no idea if this is like an insight from Blizzard or something, but this is just something that is happening, and it's not like you're abusing a bug or an exploit, or you're not really abusing anything, because all you're doing is logging into your character and crafting something, and if that something is like resetting itself by itself, like, you're not abusing something, you're just doing your craft, and you can see that your crafts are available, so obviously you do them, right? And for some reason they are resetting. I have no idea if this is intentional, but I've been trying to reach out to people about this, and it's not been fixed yet. I don't know if it will be, and if it is, well, this part of the video right here will be kind of not that valuable, but until it gets fixed, it is kind of valuable. And based on the profits I'm making right here, if you go back to, for example, tailoring, it means that every 2 days I'm making about 15,000, and so 13,000 gold by having both, or 15,000 gold every 2 days right now, if you start after watching this video. And setting up tailoring takes you about 2 hours. If you get 15,000 gold every 2 days, then in 20 days from now you will have generated 150,000 gold from 2 hours of work, which is basically 75,000 gold per hour, based on just doing this for 20 days. After that it is just pure profit, so like you start making a lot of gold based on your time spent super quickly here. So it's definitely worth checking out, and if it stays the way it is right now, it is one of the easiest and best ways to just start generating massive amounts of profit in Dragonflight. And the more characters you have at level 60 plus, the easier and better this gets, as it is kind of scalable. Either way, that is the video for today. Bit of a long one, but if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like down below, and if you made it till the end, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll give you a heart. Okay, that is basically it though. Subscribe to the channel for more Dragonflight content. Check out my Dragonflight Gold Guide for access to more information like this. Like for example, this gold making method right here and the cooldown reset has been out for over a month in that gold guide, and we were doing the craft when they were doing 2,000 gold profit per craft, so 60,000 gold per character every 2 days. So if you want early access to insane methods like this while they are insanely valuable, check out the gold guide down below. Either way though, that is the video. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace out guys.